こんにちは、ジャパニーズアモのミサです。Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to say I'm hungry or I'm peckish and other things related to food and eating. In Japanese, I'm hungry, we say my stomach got empty. So first we should learn how to say my stomach. The stomach, we say onaka, onaka. If you know the word naka, which means inside or middle, you can probably remember this word pretty easily because it's kind of inside of your body and also it's located in the middle of the body. So onaka is stomach. For example, if you got a stomachache, you can say onaka ga itai desu. Onaka ga itai desu. This itai is an adjective and it means painful. But if you say something ga itai desu, then that's something hurts. So you can use it for anything. If you've got a headache, you can say atama ga itai desu. Atama ga itai desu. Sore throat, you can say nodo ga itai desu. Nodo ga itai desu. Ne ga itai desu. Ashi ga itai desu. Basically anything. And more informally, you can get rid of the ga and say onaka itai. Anyway, onaka is stomach. And to get empty, we use the verb suku, suku. So if you want to say this formally, we first change suku into the mas form. So you change u sound into e sound and put mas, right? So suku, sukimasu. And onaka ga sukimasu is like I get hungry generally or regularly, or I will get hungry, the future tense. So what you want to say is my stomach got empty, so the past tense. So sukimasu changes into sukimashita for the past tense. Sukimashita. So you can say onaka ga sukimashita. I'm hungry formally. Onaka ga sukimashita. If you want to do this informally, you've already watched how to make the informal past tense. You'd know that we have to first make the te form and then change te into ta. So the te form of suku is suite, right? So when the verb has ku at the end, ku changes into ite. So suite is the te form of suku. Suita is the past tense in informal speech. So onaka ga suita is I'm hungry, but in informal speech we can omit the particle. So we would say onaka suita. Onaka suita. So this is the most natural way to say I'm hungry. Onaka suita. So formally onaka sukimashita. Informally onaka suita. You want to say I'm really hungry, you can add the word 本当に and say 本当にお腹すいた。本当にお腹すいた。Or you can use the word すごく very すごくお腹すいた。すごくお腹すいた。I'm very hungry. You can also use the word ちょっと which means a little bit and say ちょっとお腹すいた。ちょっとお腹すいた。I'm a little bit hungry. Or you can use it as I'm peckish. ちょっとお腹すいた。ちょっとお腹が空きました。Another way to say I'm peckish is 小腹が空いた。小腹が空いた。小腹 literally means small stomach. The 小腹が空いた is like small part of the stomach got empty. But this is not that common. You can use it, but I would say ちょっとお腹すいた is a lot more common to say. You can also say ちょっと小腹がすいた。ちょっと小腹がすいた as well. And if you're really hungry, you want to say I'm starving. You can say お腹ペコペコ。お腹ペコペコ。ペコペコ sounds really cute, I think. And this is a colloquial way to say I'm really hungry, I'm starving. お腹ペコペコ. Japanese has these onomatopoeia sounds, and peko peko is the onomatopoeia word for very hungry. Peko peko. You could say お腹ペコペコです, but this is not very formal, so you might use this. only to like a close senpai. And similar to peko peko, if you want to say I'm stuffed, I'm full, we can say onaka ponpon. This is really cute as well, onaka ponpon. Men can say it, but it's kind of like a joke because it just sounds so cute. It's not like you can never say it. Actually, you should use it because it's funny. Onaka ponpon ponpon. So when your stomach is really full, your stomach is kind of like a drum. Pom 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 pom. It's like a sound of the drum. Not all the drums sound like that, but like there are drums that sound like pom 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 pom. So yeah, onaka pom pom is I'm full, I'm stuffed. If you want to say this in a more normal way, you can say onaka ippai, onaka ippai, or onaka ga ippai desu. Ippai means there is a lot of something. Kind of like the word takusan, which means a lot. If you want to say I ate lots of sweets or snacks, you can say お菓子をいっぱい食べた。お菓子いっぱい食べた instead of お菓子たくさん食べた. So いっぱい is kind of like たくさん. たくさん is easier to use, to be honest, but yeah, いっぱい is like a lot. So お腹いっぱい is I'm full. My stomach is filled with a lot of things. And there is another way to say stomach, which is hara, hara, and it has more masculine vibe than onaka. So if you got stomachache, instead of onaka itai, you can say hara ite. So if you want to make the adjective sound more rough, and the adjective has the I sound, you can change into e sound. So itai becomes ite, and that's more rough. Well, it's not like swearing, so girls could use it too if you're speaking informally. Haraite. Yeah, guys would talk like that. Of course, onaka itai is more of a standard way, so if you're not with someone very close, maybe don't say harahetta. But of course, you're with your mate, you can say haraite. If you want to make word kusai, which means smelly or stinky, you can say kse, kse, so that's stinks in a more rough way. Kse. I sometimes say it because when something smells really bad, you just want to say it stinks, not like, oh, it smells bad. So I'll say kse. It's not really feminine, but you know, that's what comes out of my mouth when something stinks really bad. Anyway, if you want to be like a princess, don't talk like that. And I'm hungry, onaka suita. If you want to sound more masculine and rough, you can say hara hetta, hara hetta. Hetta comes from the verb heru. Heru means decrease. You can, for example, say uriage ga hetta. This can be used in a very formal context. Uriage ga hetta, like sales decreased, so sales went down. Harahetta has more masculine vibe than onaka suita. Harahetta. And again, it's not like swearing, so you can use it and use the situation. So I said hara is kind of more rough, but with the word peko peko, if you remember, it's not too rough because peko peko is so cute that kind of neutralizes the word hara. So instead of onaka peko peko, you can also say hara peko, and that's more slangy. Hara peko. And when you have no appetite, you can say shokuyoku ga arimasen. Shokuyoku is the word for appetite. Shokuyoku. And again, I haven't made a video about arimasu, but aru or arimasu means something exists or there is something. Or you could sometimes use it as I have something. So, shokuyoku ga arimasen is I have no appetite. If you want to make it informal, you can say shokuyoku nai. Shokuyoku nai. Nai is the informal way to say there is no something. Shokuyoku nai. Oh, by the way, here in Japan now or in autumn, around October, you gotta get these crisps. It's called ara potato. And the flavor is jagabata. Jagabata. Jagaimo is how we say potato and butter is how we say butter. So jaga butter is like butter on the top of potato. This is like the best thing ever. Or I guess in America chips, we say potato chips, or we often say potechi for short. Potechi. 世界で一番のポテチです。Best crisps ever invented in the world. Of course, it's not good for you, but occasionally, たまに食べるのは大丈夫. Occasionally eating it isn't the worst thing. はい、じゃあ、if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and see you in the next video. だね、バイバイ。